align.
Hello, welcome. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Welcome. Oh, did I put? Yes, I did. Okay. So today we got a lot. We have the weekly transits. Um, if you've been watching my channel, I have been talking about this over and over and over and over again. I've been warning you about today, which is Monday. We have Mercury. It is officially retrograding. We have the full moon in Capricorn that happens tonight in LA time because I'm in Los Angeles. Okay, so you figure out the time in your time zone at 10:52 p.m. Exactly the same time that Jupiter enters Leo. What the f? Okay. I've already done videos on each of those things. Also, Mars is conjunct Uranus. That happened yesterday. Let me know if you guys got into arguments with your friends or maybe with a publisher of some sort. I don't know. Not a publisher, but like a book writer, an email, a text, something that was communicated that was annoyingly aggressive. Surprise! Just a shock. What is going on here? That kind of energy. But it could have been positive. Anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit more. Today, I'm putting it all together. Mars is actually doing a lot this week. It is doing not just conjuncting Uranus, it is doing much more. We are going to talk about it. Before that, let me show you the timeline for the week. This week, we have, where are my dates? I'm looking at my notes. Where are my dates? Okay, we have the full moon in Capricorn today. We have Jupiter entering Leo today. Again, Mars is doing a lot. Mars is conjunct Uranus. At the same time, it's squaring the North Node retrograding in Pisces. That is our destiny and our future. On the 3rd, Mars, again, doing a lot, right? That's when it's officially conjunct Uranus. On the 4th, Mars is sextile Neptune in Aries. July 5th, which is my birthday. Okay, it is my birthday. Everyone celebrate. Come on. It's exciting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, shout out to all my Cancers out there. But we have Mars trining Pluto, not a but. That is amazing energy, Mars trining. Anytime we have a trine, it's a blessing. And lastly, July 6th, we have the Sun in Cancer squaring Saturn. Now that's negative, but it is what it is. That is what we have for the week. Now, you guys, before we even start this video and this episode, or this episode, because some of you guys are listening to this via podcast. Welcome. Hello. How do I sound? Do I sound amazing? Don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share. If you are someone who loves astrology, you want to help my channel grow, that is how you help it. I know that is innate in you to hear those things, to like and to subscribe and to share, but I actually want you to do them. Don't just take it in and ignore it. Really do it, okay? Don't forget to, I'm not just on YouTube, like I said earlier. I'm also live streaming on X. Yes, this is live unedited, but you're probably listening to this later. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Amazon. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitch. What am I doing on Twitch? But I'm on there, okay? At this point, I'm everywhere. You can't get rid of me. And if you really want to support my channel, again, leave a comment, share the video, download the podcast episode, share it with someone. Just do that. Every comment, every share, every download, every subscription helps me in the algorithm. And some of you guys are probably older, or some of you guys probably don't know what the hell the algorithm is. It is what's making my videos not flourish, okay? So we got to break that wall and go through that. Anyway, also I have a private community, and it is just the price of a cup of coffee. I do bonus astrology readings. I have bonus tarot readings. I have daily readings, monthly readings. Next video, I have the monthly astrology with my community. I break down the dates on what's the best date to date if you are single and ready to mingle, okay, or romance, or having a party, or hosting an event, or starting a business. I have all that in my private community. I also have, Mercury's retrograding in Cancer, and I have a survival kit. The video that I have coming up, though, is going for my private community, is exactly on Mercury retrograding in Cancer. I'll break down the horoscopes, okay? So go ahead and join the community if you want more, okay? So now let's get into the dates. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to share my screen. Let me actually share my screen. How is everyone's week? How was yesterday Mars conjunct Uranus for you guys? Was it a fight? Was it an argument? Was there a verbal assault? Was someone coming for you? Okay. I actually had a book club meeting and it was actually amazing. So I had a great time. Now, June 29th is the big doozy of the day, okay, of the week. Now, I already told you Mars is doing a lot, but we'll talk about Mars first. Mars is conjunct Uranus. They're sitting pretty together. And at the same time that Mars is conjunct Uranus, it's squaring the North Node and the South Node. It's doing a T square, meaning something that you are releasing and something that you are gaining new. It's causing some aggression, okay? Mars is the planet of action, courage, conflict, motivation, passion, initiation, anger. Is very impulsive. Gemini, Mars is in a sign in, and it is, I realized I was yelling just now. Gemini. I said that so loud. But I can talk in a regular tone. I have a microphone. What am I doing? Okay, Gemini is the energy of communication, ideas, learning, social media, technology, networking, writing, social, not social. Well, it is very social. And it's short distance travel, right? Uranus makes things very electric, fast, impulsive. Both of these are impulsive. But Mars and Gemini moves quickly, but can scatter if energy is unclear and not directed. All right. And Uranus is that intellect energy, is very power to the people, rebellion, revolution, innovation, awakening, freedom, technology, the future, sudden change, a lot of shocking, unexpected events. It's the AI, it's the higher education, it's the intellectual and the geek and the nerd and the oddball and the weirdo and media through the air, because it is very air. I was thinking navigation kind of thing, social platforms, journalism, all that. There are some breakthroughs and aggression or some impulsivity or some action towards that energy. Right. A lot of breaking news, a lot of viral moments, a lot of technology disruptions. How is everyone with technology? Okay, I felt it yesterday. Okay, my phone just turned off and said SOS. My husband thought it was a joke when I said, "Did you pay the cell phone bill?" I said, "No, I'm serious." He was like, "Okay, yes, I paid the cell phone bill." Well, I know Mercury's retrograding, but I have to ask just in case. But a lot of cyber security concerns or technology glitches, transportation issues as well, protesting, demonstrations, maybe again, science, space, AI. A lot of that could be breaking through or causing some aggression, okay? Unexpected announcements, sudden leadership changes being announced. Mars is like very strong, courageous energy. So that kind of leadership, okay? That kind of energy. But personally, you could be restless, you could be anxious, you could be inspired, you could be ready for change, you could be like, I want my freedom. There could be some mental stimulation. It could be freedom with friends too. So when I say freedom, I mean just freedom. Like I want something new and different. I'm tired of the old, old. A lot of that kind of conversation. Mental stimulation or overstimulated, more independent energy, eager to break free from limitations. It favors a lot of innovation, this transit. It also is very experimental. It likes to do something new, try something different. Now, the problem here, though, okay, and conjunctions are very strong. And this is the focus here. But the problem is we have the North and South Node. Okay, the North Node in Pisces is all about faith, compassion, intuition, and spirituality. And the South Node is all about overthinking and being perfect, the nitty, 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 being super healthy, analyzing, trying to control every outcome. It's very Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Kobe Bryant ish, but you need to release that energy. I understand they've done a lot of amazing things. At the same time, could they have been too analytical, making everything too perfect? That has to be released. What we need to have in the future is the intuitive, compassionate, spiritual things that make no sense, but you have faith kind of energy along with this. It's very karmic, Are you reacting or responding? Are you acting from fear or from purpose? Are you chasing your distractions? Are you following your calling? Very innovative, very breakthrough. This is a time to do something new. This is a time to learn something new. This is a time to embrace change. This is a time to follow your intuition, your spirituality, your compassion, releasing the borders, the boundaries, being authentic, building authentic connections, being authentic, being your true self, right? Maybe even using technology or something that's very futuristic. I know a lot of times, I'm in a conspiracy world, so a lot of us don't really trust the future. But I shouldn't say us. I'm down for our technology. But I just want you to understand that some technology is good. Like, plastic is bad, right? But the usage of plastic department's not the word, in the health field, okay, in the medical field, that is what I want to say. In the medical field, plastic has done some wonders. You're talking about with the needles and I don't know the little thing, not the little, but where you get the IV. Okay, that's in a plastic bag. You can destroy it. I would think recycle it. But also on the negative side, we know what plastic does, right? But on a positive, it has added some positive elements. That's very futuristic, especially when we were talking about the 80s. Now, currently, there are some things that are very scientific that could be very positive, especially in the medical industry. At the same time, it's an over. Okay, that's Pluto and Aquarius. Whatever. We're not talking about that right now. I just want you to understand you could embrace the future. It's fine. You need a balance in everything. But this transit here, as of Monday, okay, back to the weekly astrology, you can have some impulsive decisions, verbal conflicts, mental burnout, scattered focus, gossip. Okay, for the people in the back, are you gossiping? Don't do that, okay? If you were, calm it down, shut it up, zip it, okay? Misinformation also, too, reacting before verifying facts, being rebellious but without a purpose. So, I do think that this transit is a huge focus, maybe about the future, huge focus on communicating, being stern, being courageous with your communication. On a negative side, again, it could be really scattered energy and it could be, like I said, gossiping. So be aware of that, okay? Who's going to feel this the most, though? All my Gemini placements come to the front. This is going to affect you if it hasn't already. It should have, okay? This is in early degrees. So not if you're a late Gemini or mid Gemini. Early degrees. More you guys, okay? This is going to affect all my Pisces, early degrees. All of my Virgos, early degrees. And it's an opposition to my Sagittarius. You guys are like, what the hell? No one is paying attention to me. So there's that. Okay. So that is what we have. That's just a little bit of what's going on with Mars. We're going to come back to that, circle back to that. But I want to talk about Jupiter and Leo. So remember, we got Mars doing the most. Now we got Jupiter and Leo entering Leo. This is the same time that we have the full moon. Why don't I just put up the full moon in a chart? Why don't I do that? There we go. Here is the full moon. And during the full moon, Jupiter has entered the party of Leo. Okay. It has left Cancer, which I've discussed several times. There's other individual videos on that, but we're here. It has left Cancer and now is in Leo, having the best time ever. Well, we don't know. We'll see how it goes tonight. But the themes of Leo, Jupiter and Leo, Jupiter is expansive, it's abundance, it's happiness. Have you guys bought some real estate? Jupiter's done blessings for you because it was in Cancer. What about your safety? What about your home life? Home life is the same as housing. Something has increased in your past, something from your past, your security, your emotions, your intuition. All that happened with Jupiter and Leo. On the negative side, Jupiter in Cancer. On the negative side, Jupiter in Cancer made the issue of homelessness become huge, right? It also made the homeland become pride has even been a big deal with Jupiter in Cancer. A positive pride, a negative pride. Anyway, but now it's entering Leo. So you have themes expanding in confidence, creativity, courage. Jupiter changes signs every 12 months. And now it's time yes, every 12 months, once a year. And now every 12 years, it goes into a certain sign. Now we're entering Leo. What happened to you 12 years ago? Those themes are coming back up as Jupiter leaves Cancer and enters Leo. The collective focus shifts from emotional security to bold, expressive self expression. So, Jupiter, the planet, is all about luck, is about abundance, opportunity, wisdom, higher learning. It's also about the court and justice system because it wants everyone to play fair. It's about faith, could be about religion, optimism, expansion, travel, the World Wide Web, publishing, teaching, higher learning. Did I say higher learning already? I did. Spiritual growth and generosity. Now, whatever it touches, there's incredible opportunities, there's confidence, there's prosperity. And on the flip side, whatever it touches, there is excess, overconfident, overindulgence, arrogance. Okay. Jupiter is the planet that's like, you doing too much. You know, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. And think about Christmas. Think about Sagittarius season. It is Christmas. It is decorations overload. Well, that's Jupiter. It just does too much. Right now it's in Leo. So Leo is the energy that governs confidence, creativity, leadership, recognition, visibility. I said recognition. I said visibility. Performance. Everyone look at me. I'm on stage. Joy, happiness. There's fertility with Leo. Okay. It's a masculine sign. It is the sun is the ruler of Jupiter in Leo, and the sun is very father, while the moon is very mother. But also, Leo represents children, entertainment, self expression, personal identity, generosity, courage. So, how can I shine and be authentically myself? It's all about being seen. It's all about sharing your talents. It's all about being creative. You know, when Leo, my fifth house, because it resonates with Leo so much. When I have Leo energy, I am so creative. I am doing art. I am being bold. I mean, when my sun sign changed and ingressed into Leo, I shaved my hair and dyed it blonde. And I was so confident. I was living my best life too. I was having so much fun. That was when I was 18. On the flip side, though, I was so confrontational. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. People were calling me a BI and I didn't even care. But Leo energy is very inspirational. It leads from the heart. It likes to celebrate the individual. So a lot of celebrity, that culture, influencers, being outside in the sun. You know, I think of the beach because I live in LA, but music, theater, fashion, art, content creation, sports, again, the Olympics, children entertainment, all that's going to be big. A lot of leadership takes stage. A lot of creator economy is going to expand. So, like, it doesn't have to be like you're a celebrity, but an entrepreneur, again, a YouTuber, a podcaster, an author, a public speaker, a coach, a life coach, any type of performer. The joy is going to return. Again, a lot of celebrations, being outside in the sun, enjoying the sun, discussing the sun, caring about the sun. Vacations, dating, hobbies, recreation, playfulness, personal themes. Where am I playing small? What gift have I been hiding? How can I be creative? How can I be my true self? Okay. A lot of generosity too with this energy. So let's see who's going to be giving the most. Okay. If you know a giver, maybe you should hang out. Don't be selfish. Don't be, what is it, greedy. But just know there is abundance with Jupiter and Leo, and there's generosity. Be careful of the ego, though. Be careful of the pride. Be careful of attention seeking, overspending, overindulgence, overconfident, needing constant validation. Be aware of those things. Now, who's going to enjoy Jupiter in Leo? All of my Leos, you're going to be feeling this the most. If you have any Leo placements, I have a Mercury in Leo. Okay. So I will be feeling this. I will probably be on here bigger than ever. Okay. Leo placements, you're going to be feeling this. Aries, this is going to be amazing for you. Fire loves fire. Okay. Sagittarius, amazing for you as well. You're going to experience the confidence and the opportunities and the blessings. Now, all of my air signs, all of my Geminis, you're not going to be liking this placement. You're going to be feeling like, well, you'll like it. It was sextile, the energy. I don't know why I have Gemini in my notes. I'm sorry. Geminis, you'll be fine. There's opportunity here. Okay. There's also opportunity for all my Libras with Jupiter in Leo. The opportunity is there. Are you going to bless yourself with this opportunity? So be aware of that. Who's not going to like it? Aquarius. No, 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 no. There is an opposition here. People, there's no eye to eye here. Okay. So either you're overdoing it and there's no balance. That's the word I was trying to use. Okay. Who else is not going to like it? My Scorpios. There is tension for you guys while Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is a benefic planet, positive at the same time. Since it is positive, there could be a lesson learned and it will end up being positive because there is going to be a change here. Also, too, for my Tauruses, you guys are going to be like, what the hell is going on? Now, the same day, and that's what this chart is about, we have the full moon in Capricorn. It happens at here, 10:52:22 p.m. 10:52 p.m. The 22 is a nanosecond. um, Same time that Jupiter enters Leo. So this is huge. Let's see what big deal that happens. And then we have this full moon in Capricorn opposing what? Oh, I have Jupiter in Leo. Let me actually put the full moon here. Chart 1. Oh, why is it doing? Here we go. Retrogrades. Retrogrades. Here we go. Now we have the full moon, and the full moon is at 6 degrees. Is this the full moon? No, this is the full moon. Why do I have it? This is not the full moon. Pay attention, Danyell. June 29th. Why do I have Capricorn full moon? July. There we go. Thank you for everyone who helped me. That was really my brain helping myself. Here we go. I'm like, why doesn't it look good? Okay, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't change it. Here we go. Now this, why? Okay, the glitch. Come on. July 20. Wait. Why is it? Oh, I have the wrong full moon. This is my brain not working. Here we go. There we go. Now we have it. Here we are. Sorry for all the delays. If you guys even cared, you probably fast forward. If you're like me, I have no patience for all the episodes. I fast forward everything, but I do obtain the information. Okay, so here we go. The full moon in Capricorn, which I have videos on this, and I'm just lost in the sauce and glitching happening. But the full moon represents culmination, completions, illumination. There could be an awareness of something. It's halfway through the cycle. And now we're at the zenith of our emotions. And this could be a release. The sun and the moon are opposition of each other, bringing an unconscious emotions into our conscious awareness. This is the conscious. This is the unconscious. This is the female energy. This is the masculine energy, internal, external. Okay. Think of the full moon as a cosmic spotlight. It reveals what's been hidden and shows where you reach your turning point. Dun, 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 dun. What is the sound that I could use for that? No, no, no. That's not the right sound, but you get the point of what I'm saying here. The full moon is a zenith. It's a climax, okay? It reveals what's been hidden and shows what you reach your turning point. Projects come to completion. The truth is revealed. Emotions are heightened. Decisions can be postponed any longer. You must respond now. It's time to let go of something that runs its course. The major themes here, though, are in Capricorn. And Capricorn is all about the career, your professional life, your public image, your reputation, okay? Responsibility, discipline, long-term energy, that father, that mentor, the structure, authority figures. Also the government and the CEO and the institution of things. It's the father of time, so it really likes to move slow. It's dealing with karma. So what are your lessons? Long-term lessons is long-term blessings. No, long-term lessons. Boundaries, achievement through consistency. Did I build this? Did I take my time? I always think of Ozempic when I think of Capricorn. Why do I think of Ozempic? Well, I think of Ozempic as a prime example of Capricorn energy, right? And Saturn. Because Ozempic is something that's fast, right? If you are just using it for late wasp. Weight loss. If you're just using it for weight loss, Ozempic, and no shade to anyone using Ozempic, okay? Do as you please. There's no judgment. I'm just explaining this, right? So, Ozempic is something that's fast. You get the results faster than if you take your time to lose weight, right? There could be some lessons and consequences when taking Ozempic, as the case with any medication. So that's why I think of Ozempic, right? Because Ozempic also came when Neptune came into Aries. That's when everyone and their mama was using Ozempic. And Neptune in Aries represents things that are very fast. Capricorn likes things very, very slow. Both cardinal signs, but Capricorn likes things slow. It likes things that are very substantial, of substance. It's very responsible. It thinks of the long term. It's about the legacy. It's also in 8 degrees this full moon. 8 degrees is a Scorpio degree. Very intense kind of energy, very deep, all about therapy, all about psychology, all about also rebirth and death. So there could be something dealing with that. But a death not in the physical body, but maybe a death of something that you were serious about, or a death of a boundary that was set. Okay. Hidden truths come to the light, power struggles, transformations, endings that lead to new beginnings. That's that death that I was talking about, which is a rebirth. Um, Themes of trust, control, and vulnerability, a lot of financial matters, shared resources, taxes, and investments all could be happening under this full moon in Capricorn. Now, Saturn is the ruler of this full moon, and Saturn is sitting in Aries and is not quite getting along with the full moon, which is very weird, right? Saturn in Aries is about learning to lead responsibly, developing confidence through discipline, balancing independence with accountability, building courage instead of reacting impulsively. Saturn is very serious about the self and the I and the individual. Saturn is bringing responsibility about the impulsive and the aggression and the anger in Aries. Now, the challenge with this is Capricorn wants structure, that Capricorn moon. Also, this could be dealing with people. Moon represents the people. Okay. Moon also represents emotions. And in Capricorn, it doesn't even like being in a Capricorn. Should have led with that, okay? Because Capricorn energy is very cold. It doesn't really like to deal with the emotions. It likes to deal with the seriousness of things, and it's opposing the sign that it loves to be at home with in Cancer. So the moon doesn't like to be here. Capricorn again is structure. It wants Cancer wants emotional security. Aries wants immediate reaction. So you may be feeling a tension between the duty and the personal, but then you want it fast kind of energy, or responsibility versus independence, or emotional comfort versus necessary growth. These two, the mother and the father, are not getting along with the long-term results. Okay? Neptune is also sitting here in Aries, and that has a wide T squared with these two planets too. Neptune adds another layer. This is adding the illusions. This is adding confusion, blurred boundaries. Even though there's some boundaries here, but something new is popping up that you cannot quite see. This also could be dealing with a spiritual awakening, and it's not getting along. This is not the time or the place for that. Okay, dissolving outdated identity, seeing where you've been wearing a rose-colored lens, not seeing clearly. Also be dealing with drugs and escapism, especially of the body or something new. Wishful thinking, mixed signals, unclear leadership, avoiding difficult truths. All that is happening. And again, I just want you to know that the sun in Cancer is all about the home, the family, the emotional needs, your security. And it's not getting along with people who are serious about work. You're the external energy is all about, or the masculine energy is all about the home, and you're all about work. So we do have that. I want you to understand too, Mercury is retrograding, sitting next to Jupiter, which is about to go into Leo. Mercury retrograding adds a lot of reflection, or redoing, or repeating, or re-saying, or a reminder, a repeating, remembering, redoing, restepping. Put in front of anything. And Mercury's doing that. It's revisiting. Okay. Maybe some family conversations too in Cancers, are processing some old emotions, or Old people are calling you, and it's like, why the hell are you calling me from my past? Okay. A lot of issues in the home as well, or a lot of issues dealing with safety and security. That could be happening. Old conversations. It's like, can we close this up? That could be coming back up. And we have a lot of emotions, but the emotions are kind of cold. They're kind of stiff. That Capricorn energy makes things kind of stiff. So be aware of that. Jupiter entering that Leo, though, during the full moon, it makes things very overconfident while people are being emotional. Be aware of that. That happens. What dreams deserve to be bigger? Where are you playing the small? What gifts are you ready to share? All that energy is happening. So that is what we have. Let me see what else. June 3rd. Wait, before I get to June 3rd. You see what's happening Monday, which is today. That is tonight. Now we are moving on to June 3rd, and I am going to do the weekly astrology. Hold on. We'll get into that. Now on June 3rd, oh, I have it on hour. Hold up. Wait a minute. Here we go. June 3rd is where we officially have that Mars conjunct Mercury. You're already feeling this though. This is a great disruptor, a lot of surprises, a lot of issues with the podcasters and people who talk, and which I've been having issues because here I am talking. And yeah, but Mars represents the action and the drive. I told you all that. And Gemini is all about communication and writing and learning. Uranus is again huge disruptor, changes, unexpected events. So a lot of changes through AI, probably a lot of breakthroughs in the news, a surprise announcement, maybe a viral story. A lot of fast moving headlines. Transportation, too, can be an issue. So be aware that people are probably more outspoken, more curious, more rebellious. Let's see if there's any protesting at the schools. It's summertime, so maybe not. Personally, you could be more inspired and be wanting to have some change or do something weird or do something different. Okay. So we have that. Now, July 4th, this is Independence Day. Let's put up America, shall we? Let me see. USA, USA. Here is USA. America. Do you like my singing? America is a Sagittarius rising, as I am a Sagittarius rising. It also is a Cancer sun, which I am a Cancer sun. So I actually love July 4th. And a lot of people with my skin tone do not like July 4th, but I love July 4th because in my head it represents party. But to America it represents the birth of America. I just think everyone's celebrating me. So there's that. I think that everyone is out in the streets having a party and honoring me. But there's that. Anyway, but July 4th, we do have some positive things here, right? We have Mars. I should have put this up, said this before, but Mars is officially sextile Neptune. So there's inspired action, inspired vision meeting together. And Neptune is again about the dream, spirituality, intuition, imagination, creativity, art. It's very compassionate. So if you want to get those things done, if you want to create something or have some art or something like that, Mars is saying, let's do it. Let's get it on. Let's move with some purpose. If you are a writer or into music or into film or photography, or maybe design or content creation, or if you're anything in the spiritual realm or in a spiritual department, like if you are someone who meditates or does yoga, a tarot reader, that's very positive, especially when it comes to communication or learning something new. It works for you. The opportunities out there, go use it. Also, too, let's look at this chart here. USA already has a Mercury retrograding in Cancer. It's basically coming home, right? It's sitting on top of this Mercury. A lot of news, a lot of things repeated about America and its home and its safety. The sun is sitting on top of the sun. We're having a solar return. Again, it's its birthday. Did I put the exact? Should have put it as exact. But I will tell you that Jupiter entering Leo and it's sitting on top of the North Node. There's a lot of things headed for the future in leadership. Let's see how that goes and what happens to that. But we still have Pluto in the opposite side in Aquarius. So this could be potentially a lot of things rebelling, freedom of speech being shut down, a lot of intensity when it comes to the people, when it comes to technology, air air things in the sky. That could be happening as well. What else? We do have our partners and our allies of America, Kaka. They're sitting here pretty aggressive when it comes to the word, or they're tweeting something, or writing something. It's very social. It's very social media, but they're doing a lot of action. It could be very intellectual too, like fighting in the sky kind of thing. That is happening for our partners, or maybe even I think of JD Vance when I think of partnerships as well. Let me see. The sun doesn't get along with the government. The ego, the leader, is not getting along. Some leader of the past is not getting along with the government as well. That happens every time we have July 4th, though. So I'm going to pay attention to that. July 4th looks like we have a Pisces moon. Pisces is all about your intuition and dreams and ending. So the people are very spiritual. That could be happening as well. Let me see what else. The ruler is in Leo, so that's more important. Jupiter in Leo is really important for July 4th. So let's see. It could be a huge celebration, a new celebration of some sort, because remember I said people like to be out in the sun. That could be a possibility for Independence Day. Now, on the 5th of July, we have Mars is trining Pluto. This is positive. I told you Mars was doing a lot. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, power, control, death, rebirth, psychological healing, hidden truths, wealth, sharing wealth. It's very obsessed with power, influence, evolution, regeneration. In Aquarius, that is all technology and AI. It's all about fighting for the people, social networks, science, the future, navigation, collective movements. It could be about who is controlling our sky, but in a positive way. You trying to do work with the future. You doing work with I wouldn't say leaders, but someone who's obsessed with power. A lot of breakthroughs through technology are the future. Making and also to having that intensity and that drive and it really working out for you. This is great if you're trying to do some research and get stuff that's very secretive. Strategic planning, deep research, problem solving, honest communication, maybe a personal transformation. Maybe. But something very out of the box. Very intellectual energy and really working with that, okay? So we have that. And July 6th, the sun is going to square Saturn. We're already feeling this. Again, this is a thing that America's already used to because it's on its birth chart. But the sun, again, represents our identity, our vitality, our confidence, our purpose, our ego, our self-expression, leadership. Cancer, again, is home and past. And Saturn is all about hard work, right? And commitment, maturity as well, the father figure. And I feel like this energy is some issues with government, some issues with leadership, authority figures, accountability, long term planning, responsible, but you're being impulsive kind of energy, or it's all about you and the ego. Could be having some issues with home, emotional needs, and security as well. So be aware of that. This could be a lot of self-doubt, feeling like a failure. Saturn likes to be very negative. It's very pessimistic. And it could be destroying that ego of some sort. But Jupiter is in Leo. So there's that. That's positive. So that is what we have. Before we do horoscopes, let's do, where is it? This. I thought that was going to go into the next thing. I was dancing and everything. Okay, so let's do the weekly tarot, you guys. Let's see what we have for the week. We'll do the collective and we'll do the individual. Okay. Okay, we have self-made energy. Okay. I like this. The Knight of Pentacles. This is self-made energy. Everyone get their money on. Okay. Again, abundance and prosperity, intangible items, and doing what you need to do to be the entrepreneur that you are. We have the moon in reverse. That full moon maybe be making you I think the moon in reverse means that it's going to be a focus more on Cancer and emotional energy. But self-made energy and not having the fear, not having being lost in the dark. But it makes me think that this full moon may not be working for a lot of people. For the collective, like the full moon in Capricorn is more focused on Cancer. And again, Cancer, we have the Queen of Cups, very water energy. This week is all about being emotionally intuitive, being emotionally intelligent, using your emotions to really be the center of everything, using your intuition, being smart when it comes to compassion and love, not living in fear. Let the unknown happen and have faith. What else we have? Let me pull something for the self. We have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, positive for the family. You know, I think we here are watching this, and it might be negative for a lot of people, but positive for us. So blessings on blessings when it comes to your families and your emotions and your relationship this week. The collective could be having some issues with the past, some issues with this full moon. Maybe they are, not living in fear, but a lot of lessons could be coming their way, and it could be more emotional or sensitive than ever. Even though the Capricorn full moon is not as sensitive, but it seems like there's some sensitivity here because we're dealing with Cancer and Mercury's retrograding in Cancer. So that is what we have. Now, so that is what we have for the tarot. Let's do our horoscope, shall we? Oh, that one went automatically. Let me actually have a sip of water. I should have did that instead of watching it. Okay. Now, if you don't know anything about your horoscopes, you should be looking at your sun, moon, and rising. And yeah, let's get started. We're going to start in order. Okay, so that means Aries first and then Pisces last, in that order. Here we go. The timestamps are down below. Aries, we have the sun is in your fourth house in Cancer. The full moon is happening in your 10th house. Your third house has that Mars Uranus conjunction, and the fifth house, which is all about creativity and confidence and everything that I said in the video, Jupiter is going to enter Leo in that house. So that's very positive. Your career reaches a turning point under this Capricorn full moon. Maybe there is a professional chapter or something professional or with your reputation that is going to change. Okay, Aries. Mars and Uranus bring some unexpected news, contracts, conversations, or maybe something in your community or your siblings or short trips. Jupiter is entering that fifth house. It's very creative here. This is someone who's getting into the Hobby Lobby for sure in Michael's. But a lot of romance, a lot of fertility, children, and self expression. You living your best life and having fun. The sun, though, is squaring Saturn and reminds you to balance your career ambitions with your family responsibility. Okay? Weekly advice is speak carefully, trust your intuitions and your instincts, and don't be afraid to let talent shine. All right? I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. Tauruses, hello, welcome. I realize I need to look at the chart when I do this, okay? Actually, let me go. Do you guys want to see it too? Let me actually go here. And if I do that, will I have to change everything? Will I have to? No, I think I can multitask this here. Here we go. All right, Taurus, let's get into you, okay? Now, the sun in Cancer is in that third house. Mercury is retrograding in that third house. There is a lot of repeating things that you have to say. And you're like, God damn it, I said this already. A lot of communication problems and glitches for you. Okay, Tauruses, have some patience when it comes to glitches and things that are being said. I would not sign anything if I was you. Be careful driving because things could be moving sideways because that's very Cancer. It's not moving in the right direction. Now, the ninth house, you have that full moon. Where's the full moon? What date is this? This is the full moon is now on here. But should I put this in a full moon? No. But you have the full moon happening in your ninth house. And my brain was just having a fart there. Anyway, but the full moon is in your ninth house and it's in a sign Capricorn. So this is a lot of issues or awakening when it comes to higher education, your philosophy, religion, justice, fairness, travel, your beliefs. So even the wide world web, the world, traveling. So be aware of that. There's some boundaries set there. And the second house is where all the money resides, where the money resides, okay? And you got Mars and Uranus there. This is a big doozy of a lot of shocking things happening with things that you value. The full moon could bring completion around travel, education, publishing, or a legal matter. Mars and Uranus can bring unexpected financial opportunities or surprise expenses. Jupiter begins expanding your home in the sign Leo in that fourth house. Venus is already there trying to make it pretty, or you're attracting something naturally. But this is a great time to purchase a new home. It's a great time to renovate, strengthen your foundation. The sun is going to square Saturn. Saturn is in that 12th house of endings. So this is a great time to reflect quietly if you have to make any major decisions about your vitality in your life. Invest in your future. Don't rush any financial choices, though. All right. I will see you guys next time. Oh my gosh, I got so much going on here. I have too many pages up. All right. Bye. Okay. Gemini, 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 Gemini. Welcome. We have the full moon in Capricorn. That's going to be in your 8th house of transition and rebirth. Get ready for that one, okay? The second house, we have the sun sitting there. Mercury's retrograding in the second house. This is finances and money. Be careful of transitions and transactions when it comes to shopping and trade of any sort. There could be a lot of redoing, like you bought something and then it went on sale and then you return it, and glitches there. Just be aware of that. Also, too, this is stuff being said about what you value. There could be some issues there, but there is an awareness and awakening of your shared values, maybe even taxes or a loan, taxes. Yeah. Now, you are a Gemini. Uranus and Mars is sitting there. Someone tried to be aggressive towards you, or someone was really assertive, or maybe you're like, I got some energy now. Pow, bang, boom. Okay. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to be unique. You're reinventing yourself. Mars conjunct Uranus in your sign is setting opportunities, breakthroughs, surprising changes in directions. The intellect is intellecting. Okay. The full moon is highlighting debts, investments, taxes, your emotional attachment. There needs to be a resolution there. And remember, it's wasn't getting along with the North and South Node, which is all about your reputation. Okay, in your home life. Jupiter is in the house of is expanding communication. This is someone who's like, I'm going to start a podcast. This is someone who's like, I'm going to start writing. I'm going to start teaching, networking, creating content. Yeah, this is a huge communication energy. Huge things with day-to-day travel and like abundance with that. If you need a new car, that might happen here. Your voice is becoming one of your greatest assets, so use it wisely. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, concepts. Let's see what we have for you. Oh, it's Cancer season again. Happy solar return to all my Cancers. Okay. But the full moon shines a spotlight in your relationships, bringing clarity, commitment, and closure. Mars and Uranus is sitting in that 12th house. This is a time to close some stuff out or maybe end things. Maybe there is some unexpected insights behind the scenes, making this a powerful week for healing, resting, closure. Jupiter is in that second house of what money could be coming your way. Money could be coming your way. Your self-worth, your income, expansion. This is a great time for you. Okay, Cancers. The sun is in Cancer, but it is squaring Saturn. So there is some hard lessons when it comes to your personal needs and career responsibilities. What else do we have here? This full moon in Capricorn. Where's the Capricorn? I lost it. In the seventh house, the full moon in Capricorn is some issues with relationships and friendships and partners and your spouse. Release relationships or habits that no longer support your growth. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Leo. Jupiter is in that first house. Do not gain weight. Do you better not gain weight, okay? But this is the house of identity and confidence. If you are not gaining weight, you are more, you know what? If you are gaining weight, you're living your best life. Do what you please. I'm just trying to, be that friend on FaceTime. They'll be like, don't eat that cookie. But on the positive side, this is someone who's more confident. So you might be gaining weight because you know what? I feel good about myself. I'm having fun. This is a YOLO year. Okay. This week it feels like a reset. You have the full moon and it brings closure around work. It brings, where's the full moon? Why did I say work? Why is that in my notes? Here it is. It is day-to-day travel. It's in work. It's in your employees. It's with your coworkers. Maybe you could be dealing with your routine. Could be dealing with some health issues too. Mars and Uranus could introduce exciting new friendships. And, this is dealing with a club or like a network of some sort, but it also could be dealing with your hopes and dreams and being aware of that and having some intellect around that. Maybe some opportunities around some special communities or collaborations. The biggest news, though, is Jupiter is in that first house, and it is a big deal for you. A lot of personal growth, a lot of visibility, a lot of attraction to the self. You already had it starting and now it's continuing. Oh my God. Yay, yay, in the name of of Ice Cube. But the sun is squaring Saturn. I should have started with that so we can end with positivity. But the sun squaring Saturn, the sun is in the house of, alone time, some solitude right now. You don't feel like partying, but wait until it's Leo season. That is your season. But for now, we got some restrictions here, and it could be happening maybe with traveling. Maybe there needs to be expansion on how you think your philosophy. This spotlight is going to find you though. Prepare yourself and receive it because abundance is coming your way. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye. Virgos. Okay, Virgos, we have the South Node in your first house. A lot of releasing of things, a lot of releasing of the self and trying to be perfect of yourself. Okay, you're doing a great job. That's about to end. We got Jupiter entering that 12th house. A lot of abundance of reflection, a lot of understanding. Oh, let me see. I have my notes here. I want to make sure I didn't forget everything. It's going to be a spiritual growth, healing. Maybe you'll get into tarot. Maybe you'll be more behind the scenes. But there's luck and abundance there. So it's more about being solitude and maybe traveling by yourself and you love it. Okay. Now the sun is squaring Saturn, and Saturn's in that 8th house of rebirth and death. Oh, it's like you're being a doomsday, okay? They ask you to release your fears and being vulnerable and trust issues. A lot of issues there, but this is the house of intensity and finances. And it's not working with your ego or your friendships. So be aware of that. Now, we do have this full moon in Capricorn, and a full moon is in that 5th house of fun. It's like it wants to be serious. Yeah, or maybe even in the house of romance and creativity. There's some issues there, or maybe even children. But the full moon is going to highlight something there. Okay. Let me see what else. Mars is retrograding in the 11th house. This is a lot of issues with flying, just so you know. Mars retrograding in Cancer is also a lot of things repeating from your past, from a network or a friendship group. So that could be happening. Not every opportunity needs immediate action. Some dreams grow best in private. Work on solitude. It's going to bring you positivity this year. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, Libras. Let's see what we have for you. Okay, we're going to start with the full moon. The full moon is in Capricorn, and that is in your 4th house of home. So, a lot of issues with the home and your family life, a lot of emotions there. There's a highlight, though, also with your career or issue with your career. Maybe you work from home and there's an issue there. Mercury's retrograding in the house of your public image and work. So a lot of things being reset about your reputation. So be aware of that. We have that Mars and Uranus conjunction in the ninth house. If you are traveling, expect the unexpected, or this is something dealing with your philosophy and higher learning, and you feel more aggressive when it comes to the intellect there. This is someone who's really like achieving some higher learning kind of things there. Jupiter is being positive, right? And is entering your 11th house. The 11th house is all about expanding your mind, your future, your hopes and dreams. Jupiter brings growth in your friendships, networks, and community, really hanging out with people and being very social. The sun is squaring Saturn, and this is going to remind you that healthy relationships require some healthy boundaries, especially when it comes to your reputation. So be aware of that. It's going to be a lesson, but hopefully you'll learn that lesson. Build the future you want without neglecting the people who matter. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Scorpios. Let's see what we have for you. I'm a Scorpio rising. I mean, a Scorpio moon. So I'm a part of this too. Okay. So we're in this together. All right. Now, we have the sun happening in that in Cancer, and Mercury's retrograding in that ninth house. There's a lot of issues with traveling. Okay, so if you've been traveling while Mercury's retrograde, good luck to you. But this week brings a lot of news about education, publishing, legal matters, even some issues with traveling. Okay, Mars and Uranus is conjunct in that eighth house. This is could be some financial stuff here. Shared resources, loans, investments, also to a rebirth or some type of transition or therapy or things that are very taboo, like prostitutions or tarot reading. But there's intellect there and a lot of energy there. Kind of positive if you focus on a positive, could be negative if it's moving too fast. And it's like gossip against your money and your finance, not your husband's finances or your partner's finances, okay? Or maybe the loan from the bank. That could be happening. Jupiter is in Leo and it's expanding your reputation. You're looking good when it comes to your career or public reputation for a great year. Okay. So really be bold and courageous and step up. Maybe you are going to move up in a job career. That is great. The sun is squaring Saturn in your day-to-day habits. This is also like restrictions with health. Maybe you could be sick or have a cold or a virus that could be happening. If it hasn't happened already, then it's really about improving your daily habits and sustaining stuff for your future. Also, too, this could be someone who is limited because of work in their day-to-day routines and they couldn't travel. That could be a possibility. Think long term. Every conversation this week has a potential to open an important door. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Sagittarius. Hello. Welcome. I love Sagittarius. Do you know why? Because I am a Sagittarius rising, and you guys are magical. It is a magical placement, okay? So let's talk about your horoscope of the week. We have the sun in the eighth house. We have a lot of we have money issues in the Capricorn house of the second house, but we'll get into that. That's such a negative thing. Who wants to talk about money? Well, guess what? The Capricorn does, and is being very serious. There's something that's going to highlight with this full moon when it comes to what you value or when it comes to the money. Okay, could be dealing with income, could be income, or could be dealing with what you value. Now, the seventh house has got Mars and Uranus in there. Did you have an argument with a friend, or a partner, or your spouse, a business partner? That could happen. Or maybe there was a conversation and you're like, I want to be free. Mars and Uranus could be sudden developments in relationships or business partners. And it's like, I want to do things that are abnormal and different. I'm pursuing that. All right. Jupiter begins to be a beautiful cycle that's all about traveling. Maybe you will travel this year. If you don't have a passport, get the passport because there's abundance in traveling for you. Okay. Maybe abundance with teaching, publishing, higher education, maybe even something with law. The sun is squaring Saturn, okay, and it's over here in the house of fun. Okay, Saturn's over here being very serious about fun. But maybe the sun is saying like there needs to be a transition or okay. Saturn squares Saturn. Sun squaring Saturn reminds you to balance joy with your finances. And we already talked about finances here. So we got some big doozies on finances this week. Let go of what drains you, your energy, so you can invest in what expands your future. Okay? All right. Capricorns, let's see what we have for you. Let's see what we have for you. Why is it not changing? There we go. I've been having an interesting episode. I am pressing buttons and the buttons are not responding. Hence, as I said earlier, SOS on my phone. Okay, Capricorns. We have, first of all, the full moon is in your first house. So it's all about you. This is a personal reset, something about your identity, your appearance, your life direction. There is a huge thing here for you. Okay, be aware of it. It's changing. Also, Mars and Uranus is bringing some unexpected changes in your routine and your daily day to day, or maybe some health, maybe even at work. Okay, being an intellectual, working really hard, but in a different way. Now, Jupiter, this also could be dealing with health. Jupiter begins to expand the house of intimacy, things that are very taboo. Maybe there are some loans that's coming your way or an inheritance. Okay, we'll put that energy in there. That's coming your way. Expanding intimacy, healing, and shared resources. The Sun and Saturn are squared, and it's going to remind you that vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Release the version of yourself that hasn't grown, Capricorn, because the time is going to happen this week. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. Aquarius, okay, the full moon is going to slow down yourself and make you rest. I didn't put the chart up because it's going to happen in your 12th house. So it's a house of resting, a house of healing, a house of get ready for the reset. All right. Mars and Uranus are over here in the 5th house having a good old time. Okay. They sparking creativity, romance, and exciting news. Wonder if your children are like, let me free. That could be happening. They could be claiming their independence if you have children. Jupiter begins to expand relationships if you are single. Guess what? This might be the time to marry. Okay? Or I always say are, but I mean or this could be your business partner and there's fertility there. Like they're having a baby. This could be something that's dealing with your spouse, and they are having a lot of blessings as well when it comes to you and your equal. Because who cares about your spouse? You're like, I care about me. I'm here for myself. They can get their own reading. But this could also be the opportunity, not the opportunity, the blessings and abundance of you having inner peace and creativity and really having fun with creativity too. Jupiter expands your relationships and partnerships. The Sun square Saturn encourages thoughtful communication instead of impulsive reaction. Your greatest breakthrough happens when you make space to listen to yourself. It's going to be a breakthrough in resting, healing, and spirituality. Be aware of that and take advantage. All right. All right. So I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces, the best for last. I said the Pisces, the best for last. Pisces, the best for last, the best for last, the best for last. Let's talk about the full moon. Okay. Pisces. I don't like a Capricorn full moon. It's so cold. It's just so cold. Well, it's happening in your 11th house. So it's like super cold. Okay. This is a house of friendships. Maybe there's some clarity there, groups, networks, anything dealing with some hopes and dreams. It could be you know what? When I have issues here, it's always dealing with technology. It's like my website not working, my internet not working, something that deals with something I need tech wise. That could be a possibility too. Mars and Uranus is sitting here in the 4th house of home. So it's like, you know what? I want a new home. Or I want to change something in my home. Or I want to do something different and breakthrough for my family. That could be happening. Or something from my past, a breakthrough from my past. Jupiter begins to expand your daily routines. There is abundance in health. You really being into health, you really saying like, I'm going to have a routine and have fun with the routine, or be creative with the routine, or be creative at work, or having confidence in your day-to-day job. That could be happening. Overall wellness over the next year. The sun is squaring Saturn. I should have said that first. I should start with that. It's squaring Saturn. Saturn is in the house of finances. There could be a lot of limitations when it comes to money for you for the next few years, about 2 years. And the sun is now highlighting something with that, and that is freaking annoying. The sun square Saturn encourages you to build confidence within yourself instead of seeking outside validation. Be creative. There will be a lesson here for you. Protect your peace while staying open to exciting opportunities. All right. And that is what we have for the weekly transits. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening and being here. I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, wait. We got comments. Oh, Sandra, I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. Happy Healing Strawberry Full Moon. Yes, happy Healing Strawberry Full Moon. Danyell, always appreciate your astrological analysis for what's going on in the universe. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm happy you're back and that you're watching. Yes, and I will see you guys. I have to go because I'm moving slow and I'm taking too long to do this video. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I always appreciate your comments, Sandra. All right. I will see and hear from everyone else later. Write in the comments. Don't forget, share some love. If you have any questions, I will answer all of them. I will. I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye bye.